Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance. And this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous. And here's her story. Hey, Ollie, I have a rant. I got a little triggered and need to let it go, but I'm curious on what you and your followers think. Just had a family reunion over the weekend. I don't see or talk to my family all that much. And after my dad passed away, I've secluded myself from them even more. Mostly because it depresses me. Most of them are nice people and give me more attention and are extra nice around me since my dad passed away. That just makes me even more uncomfortable. I used to be just another family member who nobody ever noticed. I had to be the one to say hello first and start talking, feeling like the nerdy kid who can't get friends, sometimes not even getting a response, so I take the hint and move on. I adjusted to that and embraced it. I would go to the reunion and make my rounds with nobody caring to talk to me, and once I knew everybody had seen I was there, I would leave. After nobody would notice, after I was gone, and that I wouldn't get the guilt trip for not going. Tried not going once, and it's funny how they seem to not notice me there, but they sure do notice when I'm not. Yeah, they get mad when they can't ignore you. You got to show up to be ignored. I understand that. It's something, you know what, and that's why, that's a reason what you're describing here is exactly how me and my brother always felt around my father's side of the family. That's exactly what they would do to us. Ignore us. We were ignored. Everybody else was a big deal. And then if we weren't there, a big deal was made about it. Or especially if I wasn't there, a big deal. So, like, they get mad if you don't allow them. If you don't show up to be ignored, that's a problem. The narcissist needs you to show up to be ignored. So now I'm the center of attention, getting hugs from everyone and feeling uncomfortable as it is. And my grandma is telling me I'm pregnant. Nope, just fat. Quit smoking, started eating my feelings instead. Apparently I have a lot of feelings, is what I told her and laughed it off. Being mistaken for pregnant isn't a new thing for me. I'm fat and it's all in the front of my gut. That's where my fat wants to go. Probably because I've had a few kids and never completely got rid of the gut. She didn't believe me. Later she asked me why I won't tell her about my pregnancy. I tell her I'm not really pregnant, and she says, okay, but I wish you would tell me. My reply being, I would if I was. Then I gathered my husband and kids and said goodbye to everyone and left. That's just her way of continuing to tell you you're fat. Saying you got to be pregnant because you're so fat. It's the same thing. You better show up to be ignored. You better show up to be abused. So since then, my brain says, why is it always, and I mean always, the majority of obese is majorly obese women who insist I'm pregnant. I've been mistaken for being pregnant by many people, and for some reason, it's only the obese women who argue when I say I'm not. You've done a few videos for me now, and I can't thank you enough. As always, best wishes to you and yours. So the obese women are the ones telling me you're pregnant because they're women, and they're obese, and they want to project their problems on everyone else. So even because somebody's obese or fat doesn't mean they're not going to point out somebody else for being fat or obese. The hypocrisy of narcissism, I mean, that's what makes it narcissism, is it's a hypocrisy. It is its hypocrisy. They're just projecting. It's just like these fat, they're just projecting it back and forth on each other. That's all. And your grandmother doing it is her way of telling, well, you must be pregnant because you're so fat. I know it doesn't make sense coming from a fat person, but the fatter I get, the more I want to call people fat. Myself. Oh, I'm stopping that, but I don't need any more emails. I know I've also been eating my feelings since I quit smoking, and I'm still coughing up the hairballs, but I've not gone back to smoking, and I've eaten my feelings as well. I don't know. I think it's just something that fat people do. This is just to make sure everybody else who's fat knows they're fat as well. It's projection. But in your case, it ain't even about that. It's about you. You better show up to be ignored. You better show up to be abused. You better show up for us to do whatever we want to you. That's the overriding point of your story here. Is that you got to show up out of fear of not showing up, from not being abused, because you better not take away their supply. So I hope that helps. Thank you for your contribution and your quick story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comments section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, if you'd like to set up Skype, phone call, have a private video made, Facebook chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just want to see the channel grow and sponsor the channel directly, keep the lights on, pay the rent, new equipment, new computers, whatever, and watch the channel grow. That's always awesome as well, because this channel is funded and run 100% by contributions from all of you. You know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box, and if you're still unclear, wait for the instructional video link to pop up on the screen at the end of this video to walk you through all that. If you're not seeing the link, turn off your pop-up blockers. Please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance.